In this video, we're going to quickly take a look at 13 different chart analyses in preparation for the week ahead. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. So to get started, this is a gold chart on a 1 hour time frame. As you can see, this is a very significant bullish move from gold, creating a triple top. So we have one top here, another one, and another one. So I'm going to try as much as possible to break this down in order to spot out good trade opportunities for next week. So the first case scenario is looking for an opportunity to go long. So for me to go long on this chart, I'm going to take a range around this high. So this is going to be our resistance level, and I'm going to wait for a good breakout to go long. So I'm going to wait for price to consolidate a little, go up here, consolidate around this level, and give us a bullish breakout. So if this happens, this will be one of the scenarios to go long on gold, right? And my target is going to be the all-time highs. I'm going to go high to the 1-day time frame to show you what I'm talking about. So on the daily time frame, you can see the all-time high for gold is at these current price levels. So if this happens on the lower time frame, as we just discussed, I am going to go long, targeting these highs. So my target is going to be around these highs, and my stop loss is going to be below the consolidation that leads to the breakout. So another case scenario is that if you take a look at the chart here, you can see that I've marked out the different levels. So this is an area of value. So we had price consolidating and bouncing off this level with a good consolidation here, a bearish breakout and a bullish breakout, right? So there's a good chance we get a bounce off this area of value next week, which will lead to a bullish momentum upward. So that would lead me to taking a long position above this resistance level. So there's also a good chance we break below this area of value. So in this case, I don't think I'll be going short. I'm just going to watch the markets to see how price action reacts in order for me to take action, right? So something that could happen next week is price could break through this area of value, but I wouldn't want you to jump to a short position at least until we retest or consolidate a little and break this trend line. So you can see this trend line had multiple bounce off this level and these levels, right? So we had a very good bounce of this level corresponding with this other area of value. So if we get something like this might be a good scenario to go short, targeting these lower levels here. So this could be our scenario to get a consolidation and then send gold all the way up to the resistance level. So if we get down to this area of value, then I'm going to look for an opportunity to go long, right? So I'm going to go down to the 30 minutes time frame to show you an opportunity to go long from those area of values. So looking at the past price action, you can see if you take this range, so if you take this range, you can see price consolidate a little around this area of value. Then we had a bullish breakout. So this bullish breakout was a very good signal to have gone long after the price action stay a little bit at this area of value. So if something like this happens here, then that will be my scenario to go long, aiming for this resistance level, or at least aiming for this target, and my stop loss is just going to be below the area of value. So this is going to give us a very tight risk to reward ratio. So this is how I'm going to play gold. So I don't think I'll be going short here, because this could also be a trick that would lead to higher price. But another scenario that will make me go short if we get this price action is that the RSI is not yet in the oversold level. So by the time we get down to this level, if we are still not oversold, then I might go short, targeting this area of value here. So remember, this is a 30 minutes time frame, a very good time frame to get precise trade entries for tighter risk to reward ratio. So if you love the content, guys, please subscribe, like, leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you're interested in learning to carry out market analysis like a professional, or learning to trade forex like a professional, check out our course on Udemy. We've got everything sorted out, and I have attached the link in the description below. So moving on, we're going to take a look at GBP-USD really quick. As requested by community, you can see we had a massive run up. So all the way from this low to this highs here, this is a bullish move, right, on GBP-USD. So something interesting is that we're currently trading around this area of value. So mind you, this is a 1 hour chart on GBP-USD, right? And something interesting is happening down here. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame to see what's happening down here, to decide if we're going to get a very good trade entry for GBP-USD. So I'm going to go down to a 4 hours time frame. So it seems nothing's happening on the 2 hours time frame. So this is a 4 hour time frame. You can see at this area of value here, we seem to have formed a spinning top, right? This is not a doji because the body is visible. The body of this candle is visible. So ideally, this should be a scenario to go long, right? Targeting these highs here, and your stop loss is going to be below this area of value. But it's too risky because there's a ton of bearish pressure coming from the bears across most of the major currency pairs, having the US dollar as the quote currency. So it's going to be risky to go long here, but if you have a good risk management, then you could go long at the open of the market, set your stop loss below this spine it up, and your take profit at these highs. So that will also be a good way to go long on this trade, but I wouldn't be going long. Why? Because if you go back to the 1 hour time frame, so I'm going to show you something really important right now. So if you go back to the 1 hour time frame and take a trend line like this, so you would notice one of the questions I get asked more of them is that how do you draw trend lines? So I'm adjusting trend line to touch the for the highest number of touches, right? So some people like to draw the trend lines across the weeks. So if I take these lows and this week, you can see we have just 2 touches and you get a wider range between your trend line. But ideally, okay, the way it's meant to be is taking the highest number of touches. So if you adjust like this, you can see we have 1 touch here, we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a better trend line than picking these lows. So I teach about all this. I talked about all this in our course. So check out the course if you're interested in learning to trade like a professional. So taking this trend line like this, you can see we broke this trend line and we are currently trading around this area of value. So I would watch for something like this to go short, okay? And I'm going to explain why. So if we get a consolidation like this and then a bearish breakout breaking back below this area of value, then that would be my signal to go short, right? So I don't want us to be biased about the market because it's a bullish move. We only look forward to taking buy trades. This is within a range, right? I'm going to show you something really quick. So on the 4 hours chart, GBP-USD is still trading within a range, so we've not clearly gone into a massive bullish trend yet. So if you take a look at this 4 hours chart, you can see that GBP-USD is still within this range. So we have a bullish move, a bearish move, a bullish move, a bearish move, and now something like a bullish move. So this is not really a bullish trend yet. So there's a good chance we come back to this area of value or this support level. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why if we break through this area of value, I'm going to go short, targeting these lower levels, or at least these lows here, right? So that's something to pay attention to real quick. And in order to go long, I'm going to go down to the 1 hour time frame. So in order for me to go long, this is what I'll be watching out for. So I'm going to watch out for, just give me a minute, please. So I'm going to watch out for something like this. So I'm going to watch out for a big consolidation, right? That gives a clear resistance level and a break of that consolidation to go long. So I'm going to get rid of these lines. So I'm going to wait for something like this to go long, right? So if we get something like this, then that will be my scenario to go long. So a consolidation between this area of value and this trend line or these highs. So a good consolidation around this level and a breakout from that consolidation to go long. And my target is going to be this resistance level, and my stop loss is going to be below the consolidation that leads to the breakout. So we might get something like this. So maybe at this level we get a little bit of consolidation, right, that leads to the immediate breakout. So this would be my scenario to go long. My stop loss is going to be below that consolidation, and my take profit is going to be around this highs here. Sorry, this chart looks messy, but I believe you get the point because this is how I trade if you've been following us over here now. So moving on, USD-JPY real quick. So USD-JPY charts, we talked about going short at the break of this, support level, but I expected the RSI to make a lower low, but we didn't, which led to a bullish divergence. So if you take these price levels and you take these RSI, you would notice we had a bullish divergence here. So I'm going to do this real quick. Excuse me. I'm going to adjust my chart so I can show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, so a bullish divergence is a scenario whereby we have price action making lower lows and the RSI making higher lows, or any momentum indicator. So after the breakout from this support level, the RSI failed to make a lower low, which gave us a bullish divergence and sent price to the opposite direction. And if you take these highs here, so this looks like a falling wedge with a bullish breakout. So I was not on chart and I wasn't really with my trade setup. So that's why even when I went short here, I adjusted my stop loss to entry, so I got stopped out from this trade. I couldn't update the group because I had a busy day on Friday, but this is what actually happened that led to this reversal. So, some people might call it fundamentals, but whatever fundamental is happening in the market, they are represented in chart through price action. That's why price action is so important to every trader. You need to understand price action in order to successfully take advantage of the markets, right? So something to pay attention to is that to go short, I'm still bearish on USD-JPY. So to go short, I'm going to wait for a consolidation. So we might get a reversal to the downside, a good consolidation, and then a bearish breakout. So this will be my scenario to go short. So I'm going to take these lows, and this consolidation will invalidate the bullish divergence we have over here if something like this were to play out with a bearish breakout. So this will be my scenario to go short on USD-JPY. I have no idea why people want to go long on this. I am not going long on this. If it goes up, I'm not going to jump into a long position just because I want to cash a quick trade. I'm not going to go long. Alternatively, we could see some sort of price reversals at these highs, right? Because you can see this high is clearly an area of value. So we might, if we don't get that immediate consolidation as I just illustrated, we might get price coming back into this area of value. So coming back into this area of value, consolidating a little, and then dropping hard like a rock. So this is something to also pay attention to. At this level, I'm going to wait for something like a bearish engulfing candle. So you can see what we had over here. You can see this red candle engulfed this green candle totally. So this would be a signal to go short if it happens at this area of value. So this is something I'm going to watch out for in order to take advantage of this bearish on USD-JPY. So the reason why I'm bearish on USD-JPY is that this is clearly a bearish trend, right? So zooming out, you can see this is clearly a bearish trend making a series of, excuse me, I'm going to get rid of that. So you can see this clearly a bearish trend with price making a series of lower highs and lower lows. So this is the reason why I'm going to go short on USD-JPY with the two explanations I just gave, right? So moving on, EUR-USD real quick. This is also another good looking chart, right? So we are still, I'm going to go down to the 4 hours chart so I show you something real quick. So this is a bullish trend obviously on EUR-USD, right? So even with this bullish trend, we had price reversal. So this low has been the low holding price or keeping EUR-USD from falling lower, right? Maybe continuing the long-term bearish trend we had on the daily time frame. So I'm going to go down to the daily time frame to show you something real quick. So you can see over here, right from 2021, we had a very massive bearish move on EUR-USD, and now we seem to be having a bullish reversal or the start of a new bullish trend. So if we take out these lows, right, these lows here, it could mean the continuation of this bullish, this bearish trend. But if we hold these lows, then we could head higher. So that's the reason why I'm talking about the support level we had on the 1 hour time frame. So going back to the 1 hour time frame, excuse me. Yeah, so this 1 hour time frame, you can see we clearly broke out from this area of value, right, with very good volume, but we seem to have broken back below. So something to pay attention to on EUR-USD is waiting for a consolidation around these price levels and a bearish breakout from that consolidation to go short. So if this happens, obviously I'm going to go short, targeting the lows of this range, which is the support level. So I'm going to target these levels, and my stop loss is going to be above this consolidation. So if we do not get a consolidation like this, and then we get, let's say for example, we get a bullish reversal back above the area of value, we get a good consolidation above, something like this, giving us a resistance level to trade a breakout, then I'm going to go long, right? So this will be my scenario to go long on EUR-USD. I'm going to get rid of this. So yeah, this will be a scenario to go long on EUR-USD. So if we get a consolidation like this and a bullish breakout, then I'm going to go long on EUR-USD, aiming for clear skies. So I'm just going to trail my stop loss, and then I'm going to trail my take profit. Excuse me, my stop loss is going to be below the consolidation. Where if we get a consolidation underneath this area of value and a bearish breakout, then I'm going to go short, aiming for this support level, and my stop loss is going to be above this consolidation. So that's my outlook briefly for EUR-USD. So moving on, we're going to talk about AUD-USD. So AUD-USD still in a bearish trend, and we seem to be heading towards this support level. So right now, I wouldn't be going short or going long because the risk to reward ratio for me is not just worth it, right? Because if you measure this price movement from all the way here down to this place, this is about 50 pips. So I don't think that's, reasonable for me to jump into a trade on AUD-USD. But instead, I'm going to watch out for something like this, right? So looking at the charts, this is clearly a bearish trend. Excuse me, I'm going to zoom out once more real quick so you see what I'm talking about. So AUD-USD, this is a bearish trend, obviously. Price making series of lower highs, lower lows, and we are trading around this area of value. So we have an area of value here. So for me to go short or long in this kind of trade, in fact, I'm more inclined to go short than go long. So I'm going to watch out for something like this. So I'm going to wait for price to come into this support level, consolidate around this level, and then give us a bearish breakout. So this would be my scenario to go short on AUD-USD. For now, I don't see any reason why I want to go long. Instead, I'm going to wait for something like this support level after a consolidation at the support level before I go short. Alternatively, we could get a good break. So if we get a massive break, then I'm going to wait for a retest before I go short. So a retest, a bearish reversal before I go short. Or alternatively, I'm going to wait for a breakout, a consolidation, even if we don't test that level, but a good consolidation and a bearish breakout from that consolidation to go short. So this would be my scenario to go short on AUD-USD. So I'm not going to go short at this price level. I'm going to wait for price to come into this support level, get a consolidation first and a bearish breakout for going short, or I'm going to wait for a breakout, a consolidation or a retest before going short. But if the price action shows us a bullish trade scenario or a bullish signal, then I'm going to update that in our Discord channel in order for us to take advantage of those bullish momentum that may arise from AUD-USD. So if you're not following us on Discord, check the link in the description below. Follow us on Discord because we do follow up all these charts in Discord. Okay, so as the week goes on, as the price evolves, we take advantage of the changing market. So I can't usually update these charts in on YouTube, so I do that on Discord. So if you're interested in joining our Discord, check out the link in the description below. So moving on, we're going to talk about CHF-JPY. This was requested by one of our community members. So this is daily time frame on CHF-JPY. So CHF-JPY looking really good. So we had a very massive bullish run since 2021, and now we seem to be having a price distribution. So this price distribution means there's a good chance this trend might be coming to an end, okay, reversing. So everybody that made profit at this price level are probably taking profits, okay. So everybody that got into a trade at these price levels are probably taking profit at this range. Yeah, so this what the higher guys do. So the big guys in the market is what they do. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame in order for us to spot that good trade opportunity. So this is support level, and I think we might be heading down to these levels. So moving to the lower time frame, so 1 hour time frame real quick. So remember, this is CHF-JPY now going down to the lower time frame. So 1 hour time frame, you can see we have price bouncing off this area of value. So this is our area of value, right? So after this massive bullish bearish move, we had price bouncing off this area of value to the downside. So a bearish bounce, and we had price reversal breaking through this area of value. So after that, the resistance here, now after that, a support, consolidation, a bearish breakout, coming back down to these lows. So I'm going to watch out for something like this to go short. So I'm going to watch out for a consolidation within this range, right? So it, no matter how it looks, okay, it might be small, might be huge. So I'm just going to wait for a good consolidation like this and a break of this support level for me to go short. And when I go short, my target is going to be around this support level on the higher time frame. So remember the support level I showed you on the daily time frame, that's what we have down here. So my target is going to be around here, and my stop loss is going to be above the consolidation that leads to the breakout. So I'm going to get rid of this to show you what I'm talking about. So usually we do get maybe a good ranging price movement like this. Then when it's time for the breakout, we get small consolidation, okay, with the bears giving us some bearish pressure before the breakout. So when we get a consolidation like this, my stop loss is going to be above that consolidation. So my stop loss is going to be here, and my take profit is going to be around these price levels here. So this is how I trade. This doesn't look like a bullish setup for me. Alternatively, if we indeed get a reversal back above this area of value, consolidate a little around these price levels, then I'm going to consider going long if we break. above this area of value. So it's a game of patience, and my stop loss is going to be just below this consolidation, and my take profit is going to be around these highs. I'm going to watch what the market does before taking advantage of the price movement again. So this is my outlook for CHF-JPY. First, I'm going to wait for a consolidation and a break of these lows targeting this level. Then for a bullish case scenario, I'm going to wait for price to break out from this, resistance level before going long. So that's it for CHF-JPY. Up next, we'll be talking about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, very interesting chart. This is a daily chart on Bitcoin. You can see price making series of lower highs and lower lows. And at these lows here, we had a very good descending wedge, right? A falling wedge. So this is a falling wedge with a bullish breakout, consolidation, breaking out from this resistance level. And now we seem to be consolidating above this level. I'm looking forward to, get another bullish breakout to aim for higher prices. So going down to the lower time frame, so I'm going to adjust my chart real quick. So Bitcoin going down to the lower time frame, let's say 4 hours, for example. So this was requested by one of our community members. So if you are day trading Bitcoin, something to watch out for is waiting for, okay, so I'm going to mark this out. So this is a very good support level, right? Excuse me. Yeah, so this is a very good support level. So I'm going to wait for price to consolidate, okay, around this level, and then a bullish breakout for me to go long. This is how I trade. I wait for consolidations, because the consolidations gives us a better risk to reward ratio when trading price movement like this. So when we get something like this, it's going to be like a bullish continuation pattern or a bullish flag, signifying that there's a good chance price is going to head higher. So you can see we had a very massive bullish move, taking out this resistance, and now we seem to be consolidating above the resistance level. So if we do get a bullish breakout from this consolidation, this will mean that we've had a bullish flag or a bullish rectangle, signifying that price is going to head higher, and this is just going to be the best way to take advantage of this price movement for day traders. So as for going short, I wouldn't be going short right now, because this doesn't look like a setup to go short on, right? So why would you go short for something like this? We just had a very massive bullish move. Now we are having a bullish consolidation that might lead to a bullish breakout. So even if we get a bearish breakout from this consolidation, we might just be retesting the 25k level before we head higher. So right now I wouldn't be going short, because it's just not realistic to go short on Bitcoin right now. So if we get a bullish breakout above this resistance level, which is around 28.8k, then I'm going to consider going long on Bitcoin. So I don't day trade Bitcoin right now. I only, I'm accumulating some really nice spot position for long term. So if you day trade, then this will be something to pay attention to before going long, right? So your first target will be the 30k level, because 30k is a very good significant area of value. Then next target is going to be 35k, where I do believe if we get a bullish breakout from this consolidation, then we're going to see some explosive movement to the upside. So I think price is going to go way past the 30k, maybe probably to the 35k or the 40k level. So that's something to pay attention real quick. So moving on, Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, similar to Bitcoin, because they move in line with the US dollar, right? Because of the current monetary policy going on in the United States. So we have a very good resistance level on Nasdaq. So this is something to pay attention to. I know so many traders are eager to jump into a trade on Nasdaq, but pay attention to these levels, because if these levels are not taken out, then I don't think it's a good idea to go long, right? Because we could easily bounce off this level going downwards. So I'm going to show you a bullish case scenario for Nasdaq and also a bearish case scenario for Nasdaq. So going out to the lower time frame, so 1 hour time frame, for example. So this is a descending triangle with a bullish breakout. Then we had this bullish flag, right? So we had a bullish flag with a bullish breakout, not a heavy breakout though, but led to this massive price move to the upside. So now we seem to have broken out from a symmetrical triangle. So this is a 30 minutes chart on Nasdaq. So we seem to have broken out from this symmetrical triangle, heading towards the resistance level. So I'm going to watch out for price levels like this, okay? Price movement to this area of value, a good consolidation either on the area of value, above the area of value, which is that resistance level, or below, and then a bullish breakout before going long. right? Because this consolidation signifies that the bulls has finally decided to win the market over, or the bears has given up on the market. So something like this is what I'm going to watch out for to go long on Nasdaq. Without this, I'm not just going to jump into a breakout from this resistance level because it could easily become a fake out. But for getting a consolidation like this signifies that there's a good chance we are going to see some really explosive movement to the upside. So as for going short, I am not going to go short right now because on the 1 hour time frame, the highs at the resistance level seem too far apart, right? So I'm going to go down. I'm going to zoom out a little so you see what I'm talking about. So you can see we have one high over here, we have another one here, and we have another one here. So they are not closely aligned together. They are so far apart that I wouldn't be able to, jump in on a sell trade even if we get a bearish reversal candle, because on the 1 hour time frame the highs are not closely aligned together. So that's why I'm more inclined to going long after a bullish consolidation like this. So this thing comes with experience. When you see stuff like this too often, you know exactly what to do, right? So this is what I'm going to be watching out for to go long on Nasdaq. As for a short position, I'm going to need some really solid price action signifying that we're indeed going lower before I think about going short. But if that happens this week, I'm going to update that in our Discord, as I said earlier. So moving on, GBP-JPY real quick. So this is a very crazy chart. It looks like a playground for kids. I usually don't trade this kind of market because it doesn't give you a clear direction as to where price is headed, right? So we had a very massive bearish move here. So this was way back at 2016 because this is a daily chart. We had a very good range here, and it seems like we had a breakout from the range, but now you can see the price action here. So this is what happened the whole of 2022 and 2023. So this doesn't look tradable, except you just want to take on so much risk. So I don't see any reason why anyone would want to trade something like this. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you what I think about the market, right? So on the daily time frame, we have a very good area of support, which is a very good thing, right? So we have a support that have lasted since 2021 all the way to 2023. So this is a very good support level, and this seems like a bearish continuation pattern, right? I'm going to zoom in. So this seems like a bearish continuation pattern. So I'm going to wait for a candle close below this trend line on the daily time frame, followed by a consolidation on the daily time frame and a bearish breakout from that consolidation before going short on GBP-JPY. So remember, I'm just focusing on the daily time frame. This is because the daily time frame helps us cancel most of the noise. It helps us get rid of most of the noise, just those price action, rejections, and wicks. So this is the only way I'm going to consider trading GBP-JPY. I'm going to show you why. So going out to the lower time frame, let's say 2 hours for example. So you're going to understand what I'm talking about now. You can see on the 2 hours time frame, you can see multiple price rejection, and this is not even a support level, right? Because there's nothing holding price around this price levels here. So it's just wicks. And you can see even when we seem to trade below the trend line, we had a rejection. So how can you trade the market like this? And price seems to be getting up the oversold level. So how do you trade buy, or how do you take a set trade? So this is just a no-brainer. That's why if you even zoom out, okay, excuse me. So even after zooming out, this still doesn't look tradable to me. Why? Because we could easily get wicks, and on the 2 hours time frame or the 1 hour time frame, it looks like price has closed below those levels, but on the daily time frames they are just rejections, right? So that's why I'm going to be focusing on the daily time frame for GBP-JPY to trade this. That's for those trading it, because I'm definitely not going to trade GBP-JPY. It doesn't look clean enough for me to take the risk to go short on. So this is not even a bullish setup, so I don't see any reason why you want to go long on GBP-JPY. So I'm only looking forward to go short, except you're a scalper, you scalp, then you can look for quick opportunities to go long. But I don't trade like that. So my advice is for those day trading GBP-JPY, simply wait for a daily candle close, a retest or a consolidation, and a bearish breakout from that consolidation or retest before going short. And your ideal target is going to be around the support level, and your stop loss is going to be above the consolidation on the daily time frame. So you're going to have a very wide stop loss because it's a daily time frame. But that's the only way I see you trading GBP-JPY successfully. So moving on, we're going to talk about crude oil real quick. So crude oil, this is a very good support level, right? and I think we are going to come into the support level in a bit. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame. But before we go down, so this is a very good bearish move with price creating series of lower highs and lower lows. So going down to the lower time frame, as low as 1 hour, I'm going to watch out for something like this to go short. So I'm going to wait for price to consolidate like this, a price consolidation like this, and a bearish breaker from that consolidation to go short. So I'm going to round up this video real quick before my PC goes off, else I'm going to lose this entire video. So that's it briefly for crude oil. I'm not going to go long, right? Alternatively, we could, come into this area of value, consolidate a little, and then get a bearish breakout. Bearish breakout to the downside. So this, either way, this is what I'm going to watch out for to go short on crude oil. I'm going to make another review on Discord, so try to join us on Discord with the link in the description below. So that's it, guys, for this week's analysis. So lastly, let's quickly take a look at US30. So US30 is similar to what we have on Nasdaq, but I'm going to watch out for something like this. So to go long, I'm going to wait for price to consolidate a little and break above this area of value before I go long. Alternatively, I could wait for a breakout first and a consolidation above that breakout to go long. So that's it briefly for this week's analysis. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and follow us on Discord. Follow us on Instagram. We put out a lot of free content every day. If you're interested in learning to trade Forex like a professional, check out our course on Udemy. It's going to offer you a lot, guys. See you next week.